So step one, grab yourself a nice container like this, put the water from the aquarium in your container, and put a bit less than half of a teaspoon of aquarium salt. Let it melt, and sure that you put this beside your aquarium, because this is probably going to be heated at 28 or so degrees. So by putting this right next to it, it sort of keeps the heat from going down to a level that you don't want it to go down. So the heat from the aquarium, funny enough, does transfer a bit to this container because it's glued right onto it here. It's just next to it, but it does work. And I'll be putting this big guy in that container soon. He's looking way better than he was in the last couple days. I haven't fed him yet. It's been only 2 days since I've fed him. He's been only looking good since today. So I'm gonna just keep him unfed still for another day. Maybe tonight, one little flake, but he's not thin. I mean, he's got a good appetite. I wonder who he gets that from. Really a nice fish, and Allison named him Fleur Rouge. Red Flower is his name. So keep you guys posted. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this video helps. I'm gonna show more after this on how I'm gonna treat him. Here we go. If you guys have been watching my last couple of videos about how to treat a giant betta, I have to say I've tried to say it earlier, but I didn't get a chance to. In this aquarium I had 6 shrimp, and the water is really in good condition, and there was almost not enough trash between the rocks for the shrimp to eat whatever it was that they eat. And I didn't buy any shrimp food, but I thought by feeding them enough food, the shrimp would have enough to eat, and consequently this big guy ate a lot of the food, and 2 shrimp died. I've seen him floating around. He didn't touch them, but the other 3, I think, or 4, he ate them. And then I kept on feeding this guy with him having 3 shrimp in him. And I think that's what made him bloated and not feeling too good for a couple of days now and giving me a heart attack. So I'll keep the video going and I'll show you how I'm going to be doing this. So now's the time to do what we got to do. Basically, get yourself a nice net, a nice soft one, so that you don't hurt the fish, you know. And he's looking way better than he was the other day. But I'm still gonna do a nice salt bath for him. So I'm gonna hope to try and film all of this here. So I'm gonna get him. He shouldn't be too hard to get. There we go. I'm gonna just put the phone down, put him in his container, and then we'll get to Alright, so now he's in his salt bath. I'm gonna check the time, and I'm gonna wait only 10 to 15 minutes. Since he's doing so well, I won't leave him in here for too long. So basically, while you put your fish in a salt bath, it's a good idea to take time and maybe clean the sides and make sure it's all nice and neat. And at the same time, I'm gonna do a 1/3 water change, probably down to about here, just in case anything is in there that's gonna be harmful for the fish. I'm gonna get rid of it if it's in this portion of the water with my vacuum. So we do that after. Okay, so a bit of time passed since I've recorded again. So the aquarium is about a third empty, and this guy is still chilling in his little salt bath. This is my pail right here. I'm gonna dump this. Allez, tu manges bien? Cool. Qu'est-ce que t'écoutes? C'est quoi t'écoutes? We'll go dump this in the sink right here. And then, so once I emptied out the water from the pail, I like to put my finger here, make sure there's no soap on your hand, just in case. And once it's the right kind of temperature to your skin, just a bit colder than your skin, then you got the good temperature, and you pour it right back in the aquarium. And I'll show you afterwards. That gets full. I like to use this flat rock in an aquarium. So when you pour your water, you can do it above the flat rock, and it doesn't stir up your whole system here. So we're gonna pour the water in right now. I also want to share with you guys, notice on how little the water is trickling down from the filter. I'm on minimum power right now. It's just so that there's a filtration in the aquarium. This is a 20, and it's a 10-gallon aquarium. So I'm just gonna top it off right now with the rest of this right here. I'll top that off. And I mean, if I put on a high, I feel like maybe the giant betta doesn't have any problems with that. But I think with time, like if he were to be always on high, he might not like to be in that kind of a current all the time. So right now I'm topping off the aquarium while the betta is still in his little salt bath right there. It's been about 10 minutes so far. So I'm topping this off. And here's the trick with the whole system. I'm gonna take, say I've taken out a pail of water, and in a pail of water, you can usually use half a teaspoon of salt. So when I let go my giant betta here in the aquarium, the salts that are in the container are already a good amount of salts to replace in the aquarium, because I've just taken out salts from the aquarium, and salts never evaporate from the water. So if you take out water, that means you're taking out salt from the water. If you pour more water in it, don't put the entire amount of salts for the entire 10 gallons. Only put the amount of salts for what you're taking out of the aquarium, because if you put too much, it's not good. Especially like freshwater fish, it's just to make it a little bit of a help. You know, you don't want salt water. That's not the point. It's just to help a little bit of something special. So it's been 15 minutes. I've changed the water. I've scrubbed the glass a bit to help with the algae. And this guy's been taking a salt bath. And it's funny, since he's been in here, I feel like the color of him has improved just by being in this container for 15 minutes. It's kind of weird. One thing that's kind of making me, I hope it's gonna happen soon, or I'll see it, is him having a poop, because since he's been back from Thailand, I haven't seen him do that yet. And I haven't seen any in his aquarium anywhere. So I'm hoping he'll do that soon, so I won't be scared to feed him in the next day or so. So guys, if you have a sick fish, try this. Like I said in the other videos, I hope it helps out. I hope I can do better ones in the future, and maybe explain in the shorter sense of the things what to do. but I'm still not done. I'm gonna show you the products now I have to put in because you changed some water out of there, and then we'll put the fish back in. Hey guys, so because I've changed the water in the aquarium, I gotta put some new stuff in so that whatever's in the water needs to feed off the water. What's in the water for whoever wants to feed off of, the vitamins will be there and the nutrients and everything else. So I got this plant grow. What I do is I shook it a bit, and I'm just gonna use I got this little pipette here, and basically I'm just gonna put from the bottom of the pipette to the end here about 2.5 milliliters, because it's 5 for the entire aquarium, and I got a lot of plants for how much of the water I have, so I'm gonna put about half of the amount you're supposed to put in. Usually on top of the caps there's another cap, and this cap, it shows you the amount you're supposed to put in for a 10-gallon or whatever, how many gallons you have. Mine is the little part in the bottom here for the entire aquarium. So I'm gonna just fill up a little bit of this so that the water I took out is gonna be replaced with whatever's in here, and then you get to have a nice cleaner aquarium. So I'm gonna pour that in there. All right. So the one in the cap was the cycle, and I'm gonna put the Aqua Plus. Even though I have a well, I do like to put some of this just in case it needs to have some sort of a conditioning of the water treatment. Okay, so it's been more than enough time. I'm gonna put it back in, and like I said, because the amount of salts in this water is the same I need for the entire amount I've changed, I don't need to not drop this in here. And he's not that sick anyways, but usually I wouldn't put the water in here, but it makes the whole experience much more fun for him. There's no net to be needed. You just tip the container and he should swim right out of the concentrated salt water, and then he's going to go into the new water I've made for him, and he's nice and healthy, and hopefully he's going to stay that way for, I think they do last more than 5 years, giant bettas. Maybe I'm wrong. If you've listened to the video this far, please send me your answer about how long a giant betta lives for, and I'll know you've watched it to the end. Enjoy your betta. Please like and subscribe. And family comes first. Salut vous autres!